working with the feet, making sure. I mean, it all starts with Steve with the footwork.
Footwork and leverage. And a nice bar reaction doesn't hurt any. And Pete does wear his sunglasses at night, unlike that singer. Pretty hard, someone like that. I can't remember the guy's name. But evidently they're working out nicely for Pete.
Howie advanced to make it to the TV show, the round of 32, then beating Brian in the round of 16. And in the round of 8 against Walter Ray, but again with the best average and the best match play, the Ocala, Florida native advanced and was in as the wild card, but ousted by Steve Wilson, 222 to 211. Pete with a strike, and now 2 in a row.
You think Pete's fired up? Putting veins on his neck, getting ready to pop. Watch this ball peel on the back end. That ball's dead flush. Take a look at our cats and our number. Pete's reaction. Come on.
He'll get in your face.
Oh, he will. See Wilson using 2 different balls.
Weber.
I'm sorry, Pete Weber.
Steve Wilson says, hey, I'm not the only one to work the crowd here. This hasn't reached the intensity of that Ernie Schlegel-Patrick Allen match yet, but that was kind of a dogfight, wasn't it? I mean, there was some serious. They were like Ranger fans up there in the blue section going at it.
Well, Ernie was trying to use that old school stuff on Patrick Allen. Patrick Allen, he would have no part of that. He took care of Ernie.
They were trash talking.
It was a great, exciting match.
Steve Wilson loves this format, but says it's emotionally draining. Well, he's drawing on some of that drained emotion right now. How about a triple?
Stevie's opening up the lane a little bit more than he did his first match.
Now Pete with a strike in the first and a strike in the second, using 2 different balls.
Using on the right lane, a little softer reacting. The ball he uses on the left lane is much stronger. So we take a look at our all-time leading money winners.
2.5 for Walter Ray, 2.2 for Pete Weber. His dad, the legendary Dick Weber, is bowling tonight in a senior event. There is Tracy, Pete's wife. I think the wives sometimes have the worst of it, or at least they look like they're more nervous, don't they?
They do. Wow, solid 9. 9 pins, the last pin of the fall. That 9 pin would have stood up. Pete would have ran down there.
That time.
Chewed the top of it off. Strike here, we're all even through 4. Steve Wilson, right lane. He's a hook. Again, he got it to that zone where the ball's just not going to grab the lane and hook up. Take a look at Stevie's profile and footwork. The key for Stevie's got to keep his angle, his body angle forward. Don't get his shoulders too far back. This ball was too far right. Fortunate, just leave it too quick. Right now, Stevie's having a little bit of trouble with the approach in that right lane.
Weber up 11. What about the changes that you've noticed that Steve Wilson has made in his game?
Worked with Hall of Famer Dave Davis on his body position. He's trying to get his shoulders a little bit more forward, and what that does is it creates a bigger flat spot at the bottom of the swing, and with a bigger flat spot, he's able to repeat his release more often. Right now, Steve's looking at that shot going, why didn't that ball hook back?
And why didn't it?
Well, the only thing I can say is that he probably threw it a pinch hard. That ball was in the right zone, just didn't hook up.
2-8-10.
Yeah, just looked a little bit firm.
Needs some luck right here. So after 3 strikes and a spare, open in the 5th. Now the fiery one.
Weber gets a strike here after Wilson's open. You're going to see Mount Vesuvius. Just full-blown eruption. What a great shot. Petey front 5.
He brings that legendary name, the powerful game, and the fiery demeanor, and it's not an act. I mean, he says, I'm going to be me, and they can like it or lump it.
Pete's never been one to pull punches. One of the greatest players, in my opinion, that's ever thrown a bowling ball.
What a start. 6 in a row. Sounds like the Jerry Springer show here, doesn't it? Pete. We are live at the Great Lakes Classic. They're on their feet. Pete Weber, 6 strikes in a row. What a start. This was the last strike by Pete Weber, number 6. And the react?
Get out of his way. Take a look real quick at what Pete Weber's done with our Kegel Training Center CAT system, computer-aided tracking system. The right lane, remember, he's using a ball that's weaker, a little bit further right. Stevie didn't like the way he threw that ball. The ball just set up, laid right there in the 1-3.
Over his shoulder when he was getting ready. You might have seen the 2 wives talking. They are actually seated side by side, Tracy and Sarah Wilson. Tracy Weber. So after open in the 5th. When your opponent has rolled 6 strikes in a row, how do you stay in it?
Start striking and put some heat on him. Get up in his face, maybe do a little trash talking like Patrick Allen did last night. Try to get your opponent flustered.
Come on.
No! A little tomahawk 10 action for Steve Wilson. Sure like, come on.
Touch of class there. You saw Tracy Weber applauding.
Yes, well, the Webers are class acts. But take a look at this. Watch the 6-pin lay in the gutter and just lean on the 10. What a great break. He goes, yeah. I love his reactions.
Pete now for his 7th in a row. Come on.
He can get the 10 out with the best of him. Pete Weber front 7.
There have been 14 televised perfect games in the history of the PBA.
Take a look from the pit. 6-pin goes to the wall, crushes the 10.5. Right now, Pete Weber, 5 strikes away, excuse me, from perfection.
Games. Mike Miller, the last to roll 300 on TV, beat Danny Weissman and Tim Chris. That shootout match at the National Bowling Stadium Open in Reno. Maybe tonight.
He's having a little fun. What do you think, Jim? No secret here. Stevie's got a strike.
Come on. There you go.
Says, I'm going to make this guy Weber earn it. See Wilson strikes out. He's got a possible 255. I don't know what Pete's doing. I think the interesting thing we want to look for when Pete gets up is that Pete told us last night the best thing he can do when he gets up on the approach is just put his hand in his ball and go. Don't stand on the approach forever. Put your hand in your ball and just throw it. Just go.
The worst that Steve Wilson can do is $10,000. Come on. There's another $10,000 bonus here in this new elevated PBA. $140,000 or 140% the prize money's up. A perfect game gets another 10. Yeah, Pete was saying last night, just get up and bowl. Don't think. His tendency when he starts to make bad shots is to overthink.
Puts his hand in his ball. Watch how fast he goes. He's going to put his hand in his ball. He's going to look at his target, and he's just going to go. Get a good feel, get a good grip. His wife Tracy watching on. Easy, Petey, you need 3 more, buddy. Wow. Not short on reaction, is he? His father Dick bowling 3 hours away can hear it. Watch the back end. This is why Pete Weber rotates his hand around the ball to get this ball to hook in the back end. Pete Weber, 299.
Wow, what a run.
I don't know if it can get much better than that. You can feel the electricity. We will talk to Pete Weber live when we come right back to the Spectrum Lanes.